How does this two-card interaction work in Magic? Help me figure this out. I was asked on TikTok how the interaction between Sylvan Library, a classic enchantment that lets you draw extra cards, and Uba Mask, a card that changes how drawing cards works, interact together. And the answer is, I don't really know, but I bet we can walk through it together here and figure it out. So let's look at Uba Mask first. This card says, if a player would draw a card, that player exiles that card face up instead. Each player may play lands and cast spells from among cards exiled with Uba Mask this turn. If you've ever seen the words, if something instead on a Magic card, that is something called a replacement effect. Rest in Peace is a classic example of this that has a replacement effect for when cards go to the graveyard. Uba Mask basically says that a player no longer draws cards. Instead, they impulse, which is an unofficial term for when you exile a card from the top of your library instead of drawing it, and you can cast it for a short period of time, sometimes till the end of this turn, sometimes till the end of the next turn. The other card in this interaction is Sylvan Library. Originally printed in Legends, I think, this card says, at the beginning of your draw step, you may draw 2 additional cards. If you do, choose 2 cards in your hand drawn this turn. For each of those cards, pay 4 life or put the card on the top of your library. So on your turn, you draw your normal card for the turn, and then 2 more, and then of those 3, you'd have to put 2 back or pay 4 life for each of the 2 you don't put back. Now, I'm not a judge, and I don't know what the official ruling on this is, but I wanted to show you how I would figure this out. So we're going to take the replacement effect from Uba Mask and put it into Sylvan Library. So let's think about how that card reads now. It would say, at the beginning of your draw step, you may exile 2 additional cards. If you do, choose 2 cards in your hand drawn this turn, and for each of those cards, pay life or put it back, yada, yada, yada. The trick here is the second part that says, choose 2 cards drawn this turn. You technically didn't draw any cards this turn because of Uba Mask, so you have no cards to choose. Because you have no cards to choose from, you have no cards to put back, and you don't have to pay 4 life per card. So, at the end of the day, as I interpret this, these 2 cards together say, during your draw step, exile 2 cards from the top of your library. You may play those cards this turn. I think that's how it works. But again, I'm not a judge. Let me know if you agree with how I read this or not.